Hello, creative friends. This is Joy. So today I have a drawing of a hawk I decided to do on this watercolor background. I created a bunch of watercolor backgrounds a week or so ago, and I've been going through them, adding different animals to these, and I'll put a link to that for you to look at if you haven't seen that already. And I'm just using a pencil to quickly sketch the hawk to get the right the right proportions and everything of the hawk. And then I go in with my black pen and go over the pencil lines that I just created. I also use the pen to add a little bit more detail to the hawk. For example, around his beak here, there's a little bit darker shadow, so I darken that line up a little bit. And I continue to add additional lines to my pencil sketch as I see where it's needed. Around the face here, it looks like there's like little hairs, or the between the face and the beak. It looks like there's some little hairs, so I add those in with just some little tick marks. And then I continue, like I said, to add additional details to this hawk as needed. And I'm finishing up the eye with my black pen and going around that, just trying to get the proportions of the eyes, or the eye here, correct. And then once I get it all drawn in and I'm happy with the picture, then I pull out my watercolor pens and start using the watercolor pens to color it in. So as you see here, I'm coloring in, the yellow on the beak, and then looking to see what other colors that need to be added to this. And I try to get as close as I can to the colors in the picture that I'm using for reference, but they're not, always exact, and that's okay. Like his mouth, I think, is a little bit more pink here than actually in the photo that I'm using for reference. But, that is, an artistic license that, artists have, where they can change things and use, whatever colors that they choose to use or think is best for the paintings that they are doing. And I really have been having a lot of fun using these watercolor backgrounds that I created. And so I will definitely make sure I add a link. So if you haven't seen how I created them, you can view that video. But it took me, I think I did 6 of these watercolor backgrounds. I did 3 in different shades of blue, 3 in different shades of green, and 3 in different shades of red. And I've been pulling them out one by one to create sketches and drawings on them. And I've just been having so much fun. And like I was saying, it took me no time at all to create these watercolor backgrounds, and I used different methods for creating, the texture on them, on the watercolor backgrounds, to make them a little more interesting, and which you'll see all that in the video. And I think for the 6 that I created, or 3, no, sorry, 9, because I did 3 for each color, and 3 different methods of creating texture on the background. So there was 9 of these backgrounds I did, and I maybe did it in like a half hour. It's very quick. So I hope you take a look at that video. It was a lot of fun creating these watercolor backgrounds, and got a couple of more that I need to use, and as soon as I do, I think I'm going to create some more because, yeah, it's just so much fun. And it makes it so much quicker and easier when I decide like this here, I want to do this drawing of this hawk, and it gives me an interesting and a nice background to start with, and then, I just go in and just do my drawing. And the drawing, and I don't have to wait for anything to dry because it's already dried, of course, because I did these ahead of time. And I think doing this drawing of the hawk, I think took me all of 45 minutes, I think. And of course I sped up the video because, it's boring to sit and watch a video, go on for 45 minutes. But in any case, I really like the way this turned out. And of course, all of them that I've done so far, I like the way they've turned out. I want to, or I'm going to, add these to my Etsy shop for anyone who might be interested in getting a print. So look for that. And yeah, so I mean, you can see here, I just took the brown watercolor pen and just kind of did a bunch of little, you know, dashes all over to put down like a mid-tone for this hawk. And then I'm going in here with a little bit darker brown to add a little bit more variation in the coloring for this hawk. And the one thing that I really like is these white Signo pens. They are just fantastic. I mean, they just go over everything or anything. And you see here I use it to add the highlights, and I smudged out around the eye a little bit where it was a little too white, and then I'm adding in highlights on the head and using it for the white areas of this hawk. And I don't completely cover up everything. I mean, you'll still be able to see some of the background through it, but I'm okay with that. I think it just makes it more interesting. And I just like the way that these drawings, how quick they are, and they come together quickly, and I think they turn out pretty cool. So yeah, the reference that I'm using, I just collect them. I've had questions about that everywhere. I collect them from calendars, from online, from magazines, just wherever. I find photos of animals. I just have been collecting them for years because I love to draw animals. So I have tons and tons and tons of reference photos of different animals that will last me more than a lifetime. But that's okay. That makes me happy. So yeah, this is pretty much the hawk that I created. If you like the video, you can give me a thumbs up, or you can leave a comment. You can also subscribe to my channel if you have not already. And I appreciate you guys stopping by and checking out my video and my channel. And we'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.